Today I'm going to be sharing with you why I believe breakups are so hard and how we can kind of use this information to heal after a relationship has ended. Because I think when we can understand why breakups are so hard and when we can understand our emotions, it can make it at least a little bit easier to cope with those emotions and to persevere through them. When we experience a breakup, whether we left that person or they left us, we kind of go into survival mode because this relationship is all we have known for however long. Maybe it was only 6 months, or maybe it was years and years. Regardless, that relationship was our comfort zone. That relationship was all we knew. Likely, we saw a future with that person. So naturally, when we exit that relationship, we are leaving the familiar known. So our fight or flight mode turns on because our brains are naturally wired to stick with what's comfortable because it keeps us safe. Although this is helpful for our survival, in most cases it seems to hold us back from our growth and evolution as a person. When we're in a relationship, especially for a long time, that relationship is our safety net. Okay, that is where we feel most comfortable. So when that relationship ends and we're on our own, we are exiting the confines of our safety net. And that can actually bring about beautiful transformation because usually change does that. But it's always the initial first part of the change that's incredibly terrifying because we don't know what the future holds anymore. So naturally, we start thinking about all of the wonderful memories with this person, all of the amazing qualities about this person. It's almost like we completely forget why we even broke up in the first place or why we were unhappy in the first place. And we forget all of the negative traits about that person because our brain wants to desperately cling on to what is comfortable. So when you enter the unknown, the brain doesn't like that. The brain wants to convince you to go back to what is familiar. So naturally, you're going to have all of these urges to call this person, to text this person, to think about all of the amazing memories that you had with this person and sort of block out all of the bad things about this relationship. Also, why breakups are so hard because we are attached to that person. We are attached to the memories. We are attached to the future vision that we saw with that person. And it's like we have an energetic cord to that person that we have to learn to cut off. But attachments to anything are never healthy. So naturally, when we do cut that cord, when we do learn to detach from that person and live life without that person, it's actually incredibly beneficial and healthy for us. And there's so much beauty and excitement on the other side of that breakup. We just don't see it at the time. There's a whole new life, a whole new chapter on the other side of that breakup. You may be feeling so horrible right now because all you've ever known is life with this person. And so it feels incredibly hard to close that chapter. Not only is it painful, but it's scary. But the closing of that chapter leads to the beginning of a new chapter. That is going to be a whole new experience and one that we are ready for and meant to experience. We are not meant to stay in this old chapter. So the key, in my opinion, to healing after a breakup is, of course, to allow yourself to feel through the pain. You have to. You cannot skip through it. You cannot fast forward it. You cannot block it out. You have to feel that pain. But constantly reminding yourself of the why. Why did we break up? What was I unhappy about in this relationship? And maybe you were the one that got broken up with and you don't understand why and you're heartbroken about it. But in that instance, you would also have a strong why. There is someone out there that is better for you and that is going to make you happier. Your why in that instance would be, I want someone who wants to be with me. I want someone who appreciates me. I want someone who loves me unconditionally. And there is someone out there that will feel that way about me. I know that's much easier said than done, but there's always a why. So focusing on that why is really going to help you cope through the sad emotions. So I have some writing prompts for you, and doing these is really going to help you. Whether you do them once and you read them whenever you need to, or if you need to write every day because it just helps you cope through this breakup. So here are the questions that I want you to really reflect on. What made me unhappy in this relationship? Why did we break up? What qualities do I desire in my next partner? And what do I desire my next relationship to be like? You may realize that the person that you were with before did not even have half of the qualities on those lists. And then you have even more clarity about why this relationship did not work out, why this person was not right for you. At this point, the best thing that you can do is really just utilizing positive distractions. For everyone, that might look different. And there's also a balance with positive distractions as well. There's been times when I've gone through a breakup and I really wanted nothing else than to just laugh, to just watch something funny. And in that case, I feel like that is a healthy, positive distraction. But when it might become unhealthy is when you're maybe binge watching things all day and just kind of giving up on your own life and not really doing anything good for yourself. Because then at that point, you may just spiral and feel worse and worse instead of getting better, because then you're not really taking care of yourself. Positive distractions can be any self-care activities, or they can even just be socializing, hanging out with friends, going to new places, or going out to do things that make you happy, doing things that bring you joy. But I think the best positive distraction is always just really focusing on your goals, because I think it's a common feeling among people to have goals, but sometimes a serious relationship can really hold you back from those goals, because a serious relationship does require a lot of time and energy. So the beautiful thing about a breakup is having all of that time and energy to just pour into ourselves, to finally spend all of that time that we have been wanting to spend on our goals. And that helps us heal so much, because we fall in love with our goals, with our passions. We fall in love with the person that we're becoming. And that soon becomes what our life is about. Then we no longer feel as scared or as heartbroken, because we are reminded of how beautiful this life is with or without another person. We are reminded of all of the things that make us truly happy, that bring us joy, things that are always there for us, whether we are in a relationship with someone or not. So although it may be incredibly painful, allow yourself to be excited for a new chapter of life, because you have no idea what the future holds, and that is the most exciting part. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope that this video helped you in any way. I know that I didn't go too in depth. I know that I probably could have said a lot more, but I really wanted to say what I felt was most important to say. I also have 2 other videos that might also be helpful to you. In one of them, I talk about how I learned to be happy alone and the beauty in being alone. And the other one is, I believe it's like 7 things that I've learned about relationships. And it's just like 7 valuable insights that I've learned along my journey that may help you on your journey as well. So thank you for being here, and if you would like to see my future content and have a safe space to come back to every week, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you here, but other than that, I really hope that I see you in the next video.